Well, this should, well, this shouldn't come as a surprise to nobody. I knew all the antics, accusations, finger pointing that Team Clownfield was doing towards Shakur Stevenson. They did what a lot of people predicted they was going to do, that they was going to pull out of this fight. And lo and behold, they pulled out of this fight with less than a week to go. This doesn't surprise me. Floyd Scofield is a clown. He's a clown. He's a coon. He's a minstrel show. He's an embarrassment to pretty much any person of color. Or should I say anybody that has melanin in him. He was cooning it up for Ryan Garcia, saying he didn't think he was a racist. You know, he was sitting up talking about, the stuff that Teofimo Lopez was doing wasn't that bad. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Never in my life will I ever support Floyd Scofield or his son. Floyd Scofield is a cornball. He's a lame, and that's just the bottom line. And it just got to be said. And it was funny when this fight first got signed. When I first heard about this fight, I was like, okay. I knew that Shakur Stevenson would win by a landslide if they ever fought. But the thing was, Kobe was telling me, I don't even believe that they're going to get to the fight. I believe that they're going to pull out of the fight like when it got close to the fight. And here it is. Here it is. I'm talking about with a few days to go before the fight. And then you hearing this stuff about Shakur Stevenson poisoned him and all this kind. Like, man, nobody don't believe him. Nobody don't believe. This is why fans are turned off by boxing. All these shenanigans, all this finger pointing, talking about that they rubbed some cream on it. Well, what would you be doing with Shakur Stevenson's masseuse? At the end of the day, they just got cold feet, and that's all it came down to. Yeah, dude, words cannot describe how disgusted I am with them. They sat up there putting on a minstrel show, just embarrassing themselves, embarrassing, black people, even though they want to try to say they Dominican. And you can pull that Dominican stuff all you want, but people think y'all is black. You got dreads, y'all. You say you from Brooklyn and all that kind of stuff, and then to just listen to Floyd Scofield Sr.'s, oh man, annoying, suspect voice. They was talking all this cachet stuff. Talking about, yeah, we gonna whoop on Shakur Stevenson. But I noticed as they got close to the fight, then they start talking about snack and all this stuff. Let me ask y'all a question. How come only the black clients or the black fighters that use snack is on PEDs? I just seen a couple of fighters that wasn't black that had snack shorts on. So they're clean, but the black fighter. And that's why I don't respect Floyd Scofield. He putting this notion out, and a lot of these dudes is putting that notion out. A lot of content creators, just like that cornball dude from Dallas. I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't giving him no clout. That dude that been making excuse after excuse since Errol Spence got whooped on. The dude that was crying about how he lost his job and don't say his name in the comment section because we ain't giving that dude. Got excuse after excuse. No, I knew it was coming. They started saying all this ridiculous stuff, talking about Shakur Stevenson planted some work on him and stuff, and that they slashed their tires and they tried to steal their passport. Like, do you know how ignorant Floyd Scofield Sr. sound? All he was doing was just embarrassing himself and his son, and he did a great job. If I'm Shakur Stevenson, I would never fight them. I would never in life fight them. this sound like this was capped from the beginning. Like Oscar probably said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the fight. I'm going to make the fight. I don't think you're ready for him, but all the way up until fight week, you just, something to happen and you'll just pull out of the fight. But it'll seem like you was trying to make the fight and you wanted to. But Floyd Scofield Sr., he just started, you know, putting on a minstrel show and making a fool out of himself to where nobody was buying what he was selling. When it got to the point to where he was saying they tried to steal their passports and they, you know, popped their tires and they tried to put some work on him, I was like, this dude trying to get out of the fight. Yeah. This goes to show you might not be able to trust a guy named Floyd. So when people told me, you know, they getting ready to pull out of this fight, I was like, I hope they at least go through with this fight. And the sad part about it, they walked away from $1 million. They would rather embarrass themselves and cowered out of the fight instead of just taking $1 million to get their ass beat. Because Shakur was going to do, when I say Shakur was going to do a number on Floyd Scofield, I think this was all part of the plan. I'm sorry to think that they never was going to go through with this fight. I just think they wanted to get us ramped up and amped up as if this fight was going to happen. And then they had a plan to pull out of the fight all along. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if Oscar is in on this. I mean, you just embarrassed yourself. And then to do that to Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson, he predicted that they was going to do this stuff. He said, I'm scared that they're going to pull out of the fight. And anybody that come on here trying to defend Floyd Scofield, I'm blocking you. I'm not trying to hear this stuff. I'm not trying to hear this stuff, but maybe they wasn't sick. The only thing they was sick of, they was sick about the fact that they was going to get their ass beat when that bell rung. Shakur, when I say he was going to whoop on Scofield, he was going to stop Scofield too. It was going to be a one-sided ass whooping. I'm talking about it was going to be like Floyd Diego Corrales. So from this day forward, I don't want to hear nothing from Floyd Scofield or his son. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not buying this BS. They was building up excuses. You know, they was building up excuses all the way from last week, talking about snacks and all that kind of stuff. So, and that's what I'm saying. You got content creators that are mostly black that are accusing people that use snack products of being on PEDs because their favorite fighter got whooped on. This is black media or black looking media doing this stuff. But you don't see them saying anybody that's not black. Nobody accused Caleb Plant, who's a snack client, of being on PEDs. But all the black ones, Terrence Crawford is on PED. Now Shakur Stevenson is on PEDs. Devin Haney is on PEDs. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. At this point, Floyd Scofield's word don't mean nothing. He don't have no honor. He don't have no respect for himself. He don't have no respect for boxing. All he did was sit up there and just clout chase and try to build a name for himself by actually not doing nothing. The difference between him and Bill Haney, at least Bill is actually doing something. At least Devin is out there trying to fight the best fighters available. They the ones that said, we want Shakur Stevenson. We want Shakur Stevenson. We can beat him. All that happened. I'm gonna go on record and say flat out, I don't believe a word of this nonsense. I don't believe that nobody put no work in their car. I don't believe nobody tried to steal their passport. I don't believe that dude, that Floyd Scofield kid, Austin got food poison or whatever they saying. Like what? So now he Michael Jordan now. So now he well, you know what? When Michael Jordan got food poison or the flu, he went out there and played and he scored 38. And Chicago ended up winning that series. So I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't want to hear that stuff. Yeah, that's the only sickness he got, dude. He got cold feet sickness. The pressure was starting to mount, and it was like a countdown. It was like a countdown in their head to like, okay, we really got to go through with this fight come Saturday. We need to find a way to get out of this fight. They just didn't believe in themselves. This was just one giant cap. They just wanted us to believe that they was going to go through with this fight, but I think that they had no intentions on going through with this fight. And I'll guarantee you Floyd Scofield going to be sitting up there lying, and he going to get mad. He going to talk crazy about any of the media that say they don't believe him. Well, I'm going on record. Floyd Scofield, I don't believe a motherfucking word that's coming out your mouth. I think you're a liar. I think you're a fraud. And I think you're a coward. I think you and your son is behaving like flat out cowards. Yeah, Eddie Hearn alluded to weight too, that they had weight issues. Well, I don't know if you know, but what happened with Camille Moulton, he came in 14 pounds overweight for a fight. Yeah, so they was going, so either way they was going to try to find a way to get out of that fight. They wasn't going to go through with this fight one way or another. They was looking for a way out of this fight. Like I said, reality sank in, and they was like, damn, this Shakur Stevenson, listen, whether you like Shakur Stevenson or not, whether you think he's boring or whatever the case may be, Shakur Stevenson is a legitimate pound for pound fighter. He is in the top 10 pound for pound. They just didn't want to get humiliated, and that's all they came down to. They didn't want it to be the one-sided fight that most of us thought it was going to be. But at the end of the day, we was looking forward to it. We was going to respect Kid Austin for at least taking his ass whooping like a man. But apparently he didn't want to. Yeah, Marquise, that was so weak. That was so weak. It's not even, and I'm like, who is Shakur supposed to try to find as a late, I mean, for real, as a last minute opponent? So basically, they gonna have to scramble to try to see can they find somebody. I'm talking about Shakur got screwed. When I say Shakur got screwed big time, he got screwed big time. Yeah, because see, that's the thing. He spent all his time in training camp getting prepared for this fight. I'm telling you right now, and I might would consider taking legal action versus Floyd Scofield. I would consider taking legal action for their accusations, for their slander. But you know, if you a brother, you shouldn't sue anybody. You just supposed to take it. Even though Oscar De La Hoya sued Ryan Garcia not once but twice, and Canelo sued Oscar De La Hoya, but nobody said it was a weak move with them. You know, us brothers, we just supposed to take whatever verbal, physical, and mental abuse is thrown our way. Don't say nothing, don't question it. Hey, big soldier, you know, it's quacking. It's quacking. It's full-fledged Daffy Duck. It's full-fledged Donald Duck. It ain't bracking. It's quacking. Shout out to all my Parus and my bloods that watch the channel. Yeah, it's quacking. I'm talking about it is straight quacking over here. They went full-fledged. They went full-fledged Donald Duck. Yeah, it's a pay the duck too. And to think the WB, I think it's the WBA, they talking about that they might they might consider under certain circumstances bringing back a 15-round fights. You can't even get these dudes to get in the damn ring with each other, let alone try to get them in a 15-round fight. Like, man, come on, these dudes ain't built like that no more. And Moratella ain't gonna fight him neither. He gonna say that he don't like Shakur's style. All he do is run, and it's gonna make a boring fight. And I don't want to disappoint the Mexican fans like these dudes really care. They holler about their Mexican warriors until it's time to fight a certain fighter. Then all of a sudden it's an excuse. So I'm not gonna lie about Moratella. I'm gonna keep this to myself for right now, but I'm gonna just say I'm gonna just leave it alone about Moratella. It's just something I'm gonna just leave it alone. I'm gonna just leave it alone. Now watch when they send him Bob ain't gonna make that fight. Bob is not gonna put that dude in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. When they send him a contract, he gonna say, "Oh, we got another fight. If we got another fight that we looking at." This is just the same old thing. We didn't heard this. We didn't heard this before. I'm just keeping it a buck. I don't believe nothing that come. And the funny thing is, until I actually see these dudes walk to the ring, until I actually see introduction music, that's when I actually believe that they're about to fight Shakur Stevenson. And like I said before, I will not ever in life, if I go cover a fight and I see Floyd Scofield and his father, I'm gonna walk the other way. When I say I have no desire or passion to ever interview with them, I don't want to interview with them. I won't ever speak to them in life. Just like Ryan Garcia, I won't ever speak to Ryan Garcia in life. I will never ask that dude for an interview. And if he asks me for an interview, I'm not going to interview him. I'm going to decline. I have nothing to say to Ryan Garcia. I have nothing to say to Floyd Scofield or his son. That was just weak. Oh, Teofimo Lopez. Him too. Teofimo be begging me damn near to interview him. I'm not I'm not gonna say what happened, but something happened between Teofimo and his father in Arizona. And I got the footage. And Teo thought that I was going to post that footage so he could get some clout. But nobody won't ever see that. Nobody won't ever see that footage. It's only 3 people that done seen that it's only 3 people that done seen that interview. Teofimo, and I'm going to say this about Teofimo. Teofimo going to get enough of playing with black people. And that's all I got to say. He gonna get enough. He gonna get enough. Because eventually it's going to start getting real uncomfortable for him. You know, this dude think it's funny having that smirk on his face about the bananas and all that stuff and watermelon. But the thing is, though, you lost your wife to a black man. A black man is piping your ex-wife down and giving him your child support money, and probably then bought him a car. Go to her Twitter. And see what she say about Teofimo. She think Teofimo a sucker. She don't even respect him. So you sit up here trying to make fun of black people, but at the end of the day, you won't sign the contract. At the end of the day, the joke is on you. You the one that was talking about you. You might want to commit suicide and all this stuff, and was talking about you. Like, man, get out of here, dude. Like I said, you can't sell no tickets. This dude be trying to talk all this cachet stuff. Nobody don't want to see Teofimo Lopez fight. You regressed. You went from fighting at Madison Square Garden to fighting in ballrooms. You one step away. You won. You one bad outing from fighting in a high school gymnasium. So that's the thing. You can't negotiate with nobody. You have nothing to negotiate with. You have no fan base. You can't sell no tickets. And nobody cares about you. I don't even think people in your promotional company like you. So people won't ever see that footage. People won't ever see that footage of what they did. And the thing was, the interview with his father was going good until Teofimo came over there. But at the end of the day, man, you need to possibly take your daddy to rehab and get him off that YOLA, you know, because he, allegedly he still toot a little bit. But, you know, I mean, to each his own, allegedly. So Teofimo lost to Sandor Martin. He lost that fight. You know, he talk all this stuff about black people, but then he won't sign to fight a relevant black fighter. And then the thing is, he tried to take shots at black people, but like I said before, you try to listen to our music, you try to talk like us, you try to dress like us, you try to get, I mean, come on, man. You look stupid. You look dumb. You don't even like your own culture. But you sitting up here trying to swagger jack us, but then you call yourself trying to disrespect us. So at the end of the day, you look like a damn fool. Oh yeah, and he lost to Jermaine Ortiz. Yeah, I was, and that was funny. I was at that fight too. I covered that fight. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Keyshawn that's bothering me, that I don't like the idea, but then again, Keyshawn, that's his right. He said he ain't never gonna fight Teofimo Lopez because he said he not giving him a payday. I kind of wish he would so he could beat the hell out of him. I know Brian Norman Jr., he want Teofimo to sign the contract. And shout out to the homie Brian Norman Sr. They promised me they will end Teofimo's career if he signed a contract to fight them. But we know Teo ain't gonna take that fight because that's all he do. Teofimo just want to take shortcuts. You know. Okay, he beat Lomachenko, but fine. But then What have you done since then? And then Lomachenko, Lomachenko got a foot and a half into retirement. It's a question if Lomachenko gonna come back. So, and I'm gonna tell you something too. Lomachenko to me, to a certain degree, Lomachenko looking like he don't want no real smoke neither. Lomachenko, he did duck Tank. He don't think he could beat Tank at this point. And I keep telling you, Lomachenko is the type of dude, he got that pride. He got that Ukrainian pride. Lomachenko do not want to fight Tank and get slept. And he don't want to get slept by somebody that looked like Tank, because that'll hurt his Ukrainian pride. But I'll say this much. I give Klitschko credit. I give Vladimir Klitschko credit. He fought everybody. Vladimir Klitschko, he never ducked anybody. He fought everybody. So I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit for the most part. He fought pretty much everybody that was available. Even though in his era, you started to see the heavyweight division like dwindle. So, just got to keep it a buck. Tank was going to knock Lomachenko out. And Tank was either going to knock Lomachenko out with a vicious uppercut, or he was going to knock him out with a body. He was going to knock him out with a body shot. But yeah, Lomo ducked the smoke. He did. I don't think Lomo want to fight. I don't think he want to fight none of the three champions. He don't want to fight Tank. He don't want to fight Shakur, and he don't want to fight Keyshawn. At this point, you got to ask yourself, can Lomachenko beat any one of those dudes? And Keyshawn, one of them dudes, he get better each fight. And I had a chance to watch him. He was looking like, I ain't gonna lie. At times, Keyshawn was looking like Bud. Now, Keyshawn ain't no switch hitter like Bud. Keyshawn is an orthodox fighter. I mean, he can't switch up, so he looked like Bud at times. But yeah. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate you guys. So I just wanted to speak on that. But nevertheless, man, I'm good on Floyd Scofield and his daddy. Instead of calling himself Kid Austin, he ought to call himself Kid Coward, because that's what they looking like. I knew that they was going. I wasn't even surprised. When they started talking, like real talk, when they started talking about all this, they food poisoned my son and they rubbed cream on his leg and all, man, get it. Like, what, once again, why would you be dealing with Shakur Stevenson's masseuse? They tried to put the air out of our tires out. They tried to steal our passports. They tried to plant drugs in, like, bro. And we got the police report. Yeah, if some drugs got put in your car, you put the drugs in there. Big Floyd. If some work got put in there, you put it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the stuff y'all done said about Shakur Stevenson, that's lawsuit stuff. And that's real talk. Man, I don't even take Tank serious. He telling Terrence Crawford he gonna come to New York with no security and all that kind of stuff. So what, you want Terrence Crawford to beat you up so you can get out of that Lamont Roach fight? Make it seem like you having cold feet about Lamont Roach. Like, come on, Tank. You sound ridiculous. And then as far as Tank calling somebody a raccoon, he got his nerve calling Terrence Crawford a raccoon. Like, dude, if you don't stop it, I don't even think Tank know what a raccoon is. Talking about that, like Tank, like, man, could somebody go to Tank's social media and tell him to just knock it off? You know damn well you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do a damn thing to Bud, and Bud ain't even gonna waste his time. He not even gonna waste his time even like coming out there. So you want to fight Bud when you got a fight coming up. So you want Bud to come to New York and beat your ass so you can get out of the like, come on, Tank. Is that how you trying to get out of the Lamont Roach fight? Yeah, exactly. He didn't cheat. But then you stipulated Ryan Garcia to death. But you trying to talk bad on Devin Haney. You know, the dude that you admitted that you ducked. He admitted that he ducked Devin Haney. Oh, well, if I didn't knock him out, I wasn't going to get a fair shake. Oh, like, that's why I said they got to give me, like, Ferraris. Like, man, dude, if you, like, he admitted that he ducked Devin Haney. He admitted that he ducked Devin Haney. So that's on video, that's on audio. Y'all heard what you said. So there you have it. Anyway, this your boy Town. I'm out.